Hi everyone, it's Phaedra and welcome back to the flower farm. Hello.
Hello.
It's so fluffy. Look at this beautiful status. We have had a very busy week this week, mixed with a lot of hay fever. As you can see, there is just pollen in the air everywhere. We have flowers that are finally growing, which is amazing, and it's just so nice to be able to harvest something. Something else that's happened is our local council has told us, well, has told everybody that we have to keep our grass down or we're going to get fines, and it's because of the risk of bushfires. We got a quote to have this slashed and the quote was $1,400. Massive storm, not right now because it's just rain, but we have been having a massive storm. And the status from yesterday, it's so pretty. I've got a little bit of misty blue left. I'm just cutting heads off those, I'm not using them anymore. I really love these Chrissies. Few things to do. I've got to do those 2 deliveries, go to the wholesaler, and I've got to make a bouquet for the school for this afternoon at the school concert. There's a teacher retiring, so that's for them, and I've got to make a wreath. We've got Remembrance Day coming up on the 11th of November.
Hi, how'd it go?
Good. I like straw flowers, but they do annoy me a little bit because the stems really go yuck really fast, and the stems don't dry, they just kind of go mushy. So what I do now is I snip the heads off and I load them into the dehydrator and dehydrate them, because the other thing I've found is they can go moldy really quick. I'm in between tasks, but I've got to go and pinch out these Chrissies, because if I don't do it today, we are going to have trouble. Okay, so I've got all of my Chrissies here, and what we need to do is trim about 2/3 off each one. So we do that now, and then again at Valentine's Day, and then that should give us a really nice flush of flowers for Mother's Day in theory. And I learnt this technique from a guy called Mike. What's his surname? Anyway, he's a chrysanthemum supplier here in Victoria, provides beautiful stock for Chrissies. I'll put a link to something for him in the description below. So if you're in one of the states that can receive plant material from Victoria, that will work for you. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure you've got clean secateurs. I'm just going to go through and snip pretty low on all of these plants here. Ones are the ones I did from the cuttings from the plants at the wholesaler. There's a few more, but some have taken really well. Others have actually since died since I potted up, and they're just going to take a really long time. So I'll just snip them back a little bit and just let them grow. You can actually use some of these cuttings to make more plants. I'm just not sure that I will. I've got a lot of work already going on, and we do need to increase the space on the chrysanthemum patch, so I'm not entirely sure I've got the time to get going on that. These would sit in pots for the season. They wouldn't actually go out into the field until next season. I might just chuck them all in a bucket, and if Moroni wants to put some cuttings together, he can. He will probably sit down and do that later if he wants to do it. It's kind of early and it's kind of fresh. I think I need a jumper. Anyway, I've got to head off to work today just for a photo job that I've been doing all week. But right now we're going to go make a wreath that I need to go deliver after work. It's all pre-soaked. My trees. Here I am in the studio making up a whole heap of these cardboard vases. They're called mod vases, and it's this really stable cardboard structure that looks like a vase, and you can put your flower food and everything in it. So when I deliver the flowers, everything comes in water because often people aren't home, and now what I do is I leave, it's very easy to leave this at the door. I take a photo and I send it to the recipient. is a big job. Okay, I almost feel too tired to talk. Hang on a sec. I am very buggered and my hands hurt. The ground's kind of getting hard and I've got long fingernails and I've got to remember, cut my fingernails before I weed. It actually puts so much pressure on the nail bed and it really hurts your hands. Anyway, I've done 4 beds. It's looking really good. And the thing I have noticed is all that effort I put in at the start of the season to weed really, really well is paying off, because that was a really easy weed. It took me about 3 hours to do the 4 beds, which is kind of a long time, but it's a bit hot today and I was moving kind of slowly. So in the garden's defense, but it's looking really good. The thing that I've got to do now is just go through. I've got my clipboard with the Dahlia plan on it. We did lose a few tubers, not many. I'll go through and just highlight where they're missing so I can hopefully go and grab spares and pop them in the holes. The bad news is I didn't realise the reason I was so slow today was because I was coming down with gastro. I woke up in the middle of the night spewing and then the whole family came down with it. So we were kind of wiped out for, I want to say, 1 really good day, which was not very good. And then it took us a couple of days to recover. It wasn't a very fun experience. Guess what? I've got a whole heap of Dahlia tubes left over. I've got about 150 that ended up sprouting after all the sales. So it just goes to show some of those ones that I thought weren't going to sprout did sprout. So what I'm doing is I've popped an extra 4 packs up. I've reduced it like $65, and then so the packs of 10, and then 2 packs of reds. So if anybody wanted to do Valentine's Day, trial that for Valentine's Day. But I found somebody on Marketplace who has a whole heap of, I forgot what they're called, hang on. I'm back. My phone completely froze and I had to go into a shop and ask a random person, could they please Google how I shut my phone down so it'll restart? Because my phone, you have to swipe a thing on the screen and it wouldn't work. Anyway, we're back. So what I was saying was I swapped some Dahlia tubers for 65, I think it was hyacinth bulbs. Now I've got to check again. Yes, hyacinth bulbs. I'll show you. And I gave her about 30 Dahlia tubers and she was so happy and I was so happy and it was the most perfect swap. But I have a little funny story to tell you. I just went into Aldi, which most places in the world you have Aldi. Anyway, in Australia, there's a company that makes toilet paper called Who Gives a Crap. That's the name of the company. And they have this special Christmas edition for Christmas, obviously. It's cute, and you make a Christmas tree with it. So you make a Christmas tree with the specialty wrapped toilet paper. Anyway, I'm in Aldi to get the toilet paper because Aldi have it, and I thought, well, they'll probably have it, the Christmas one. People going nuts buying it. And I was standing behind one lady and she's like, oh yeah, we're giving it for Christmas presents. And I thought, that is very unexpected, but I mean, I'd be pretty happy if someone gave me a box of fancy toilet paper for Christmas. So that's my story. Okay, now we're off to Jenna's. I've got some Dahlia tubers for Jenna and then we're going home. We're at Jenna's.
Hey.
She's got flowers. So I'm making the most of it. Because ours are so behind. I'll show you the Lux bar actually. So Jenna's got Luxbar up and ours is still very short and thinking about it. Look, so pretty. But, I mean, these are standard roses, aren't they? I don't think I've ever seen them so big. How amazing. So pretty. Oh, that's amazing. It smells a little bit like marshmallows or something. It's so pretty. Oh, I want to put roses in. Yeah. I do have some cuttings. Later that day, I actually took some time. I went to a really pretty park and I sat down and I tried to do some planning for next year. I really want to try harder with this channel and with social media and try and do a much better job. My handle's a bit broken and I want to buy a really pretty one and I can't find one. Anyways, I was just sitting inside minding my own business and I had this realization, I haven't replanted the zinnias. Remember we'd planted them, we had those 2 really bad frosts and all the cold weather hit so it killed them off. I never put them back and I never actually put the cosmos in. So we're gonna go do that now. I've got a few more Dahlia tubers to pop in because when I went out and weeded the other day, there were gaps. So I've still got some Dahlia tubers left over and actually a whole heap sprouted from the ones that didn't have any sprouts back when I did the sale. So I've actually popped 4 more mystery boxes up. They're now $65 plus post, so $20 cheaper. And I've also got 2 packs with just reds if anybody wants to try just growing a heap of red dahlias. And if you get them in before the end of the month, they will be blooming for Valentine's Day. Weather pending, I can never guarantee the weather, but if we get normal weather, they'll be blooming for Valentine's. But something else I wanted to say is one of the packages I sent out was to a lovely person in our community called Ebony, and she sent me back the box filled with some Dahlia tubers from her. So I'll show you what she sent me. She sent me all these Dahlia tubers and has labelled them all. And now I feel a little bit bad that she just bought a a mystery box, and I've not labelled anything in those mystery boxes. But I'll have to look into what these are, and I'm actually going to need more room for dahlias. But while we're here, I also want to say, and I've got a little note so I remember, I want to say a big thank you to Wendy. So this is a thank you from way back. She actually put money in my PayPal account because, and I think it was so that I got the full amount rather than Buy Me a Coffee takes a little cut from when you put money in there. So thank you so much, Wendy. I did thank her personally, like in private, but I just wanted to say thank you so much. And so Buy Me a Coffee, we have Sandy. Thank you so much. And Lindsay and Heidi, Ben and the kids, who I think I may have already thanked, but just to be sure, because I'd actually feel really bad if somebody helped me like that and I forgot to thank them. So I really hope I haven't missed anybody. But I'm about to withdraw the money from Buy Me a Coffee, and then we're going to go get fence posts because we've got our fence plan now. I'll pop that up on the screen. We can now start really marking it out properly because back a few videos ago, I didn't quite know where I wanted the corner posts. So now we know, and we can get going on that. But for today, for the rest of today, I've got to get these, I want to get these dahlias in. So I've got the ones in here, fill in the gaps, hold that thought. I just had an order come in and it's got to go out today. So I'm just going to drop everything, make up that bouquet. All done. Take a photo and then let's head out and deliver. The amazing thing about this delivery is it's just up the road. It'll be a 15-minute round trip because our delivery area is kind of a 30-minute radius around from where we are. There are a couple of areas that are a little tiny bit further, but we don't get, very rarely ever get orders for those areas. So I feel pretty chuffed. I'm getting this done and I'm getting it done real quick. Oh, my hay fever's so bad. Oh, sorry, it's so bad.